Welcome to another episode of Star Trek Online Klingon Defense Force. Apparently we have to go talk to Jim Pollock personally. Can't just radio him. This is part of the Feklier storyline. Things are a little bit touch on the laggy side today. See how things go. I realized how far behind my Klingon side character was as compared to my Federation side character, who just recently hit level 50. Okay.
Serve the Empire well.
Yes.
Kapla!
Thank you. Talk to the battle masters. Find out how you can best serve the Empire. Okay, return of the Feklier. The legends say that the return of the Feklier heralds the rise of Molor, and that if Molor ascends from Grathor, he will rule an empire of blood for 1,000 years. I do not know how much of these old stories I believe. The Feklier have starships. They have weapons equivalent to our own. This could be an enemy wearing the shape of our ancient enemies, like a mask to hide their own dark plans. The Council is divided on this matter. Some firmly believe that the Feklier besieging the Empire are the same enemies Khaless fought 1,000 years ago. Others whisper about the Herc, or even the Federation tricks. I no longer know what to believe. All I know is that it is my duty to defend the Empire. Those on the Council who say that the Feklier are the spawn of Grathor tell me that the Sword of Khaless is essential to our defense, and I have agreed to send a ship and crew to pursue this line of investigation. I have chosen you, one of our finest warriors, to do this. I know little about the legends of the sword. I recommend that you begin by speaking to the lore singers in the courtyard outside the Great Hall. They should be able to tell you more about this blade and why it is special. Okay, so
serve the Empire well.
So we have to learn about the Sword of Khaless. If anybody remembers from Deep Space Nine, Kor and Worf, along with Jadzia Dax, went to find the Sword of Khaless in the Gamma Quadrant, and they found the sword, but it put a rift between the two, so they ended up tossing it off into space once again for it to be found in another 1,000 years. So here we go. Let's talk to lore singer Tyrion. Do you wish to hear a tale of Khaless? Okay, I don't really want to hear about Khaless. I want to hear about the sword. Khaless used his blade to defeat Molor. He used it to force the Feklier hordes to retreat to the hell from which they came. He used it to skin the serpent of Zol, and its might forced his brother Morath to submit to Khaless and return to the path of honor. There is no greater weapon in our history. With the Sword of Khaless in my hand, I could face an entire fleet and win. After Khaless left this world for Stovokor, the sword was our greatest treasure, and the monks at Boreth kept it safe for Khaless' return. When the Herc conquered the Empire, they took the blade as a spoil of war, and we thought it lost forever. Okay, I much prefer doing voices for the Federation side. I do not get as sore throat. Although my Federation side character does have a Klingon officer, so. Many have searched for the blade, but its place of honor in Boreth remains empty. I hear stories that say Worf, son of Moog, went on a great adventure once with his beloved and a great Dahar Master Kor. There we go, see? Just as I said. I have heard that they searched for the Sword of Khaless, and some even say that they found it. When I asked Worf to tell me his story, he turns away without a word. Ask him yourself. Perhaps you will be more fortunate. Okay, yeah. Now we have to go over to this lore singer. Okay. Okay, hail, Commander. Do you wish to hear the tales of the Empire? Tell me about the Sword of Khaless. My father, Tyrion, is the one. You'll need to speak about the sword itself, but I can tell you about the Feklir. They are foul creatures without honor, who crawl from the darkest depths of Grethor itself to do dread Molor's bidding. Be wary of the Feklir, Commander. Those who die at their hands risk their souls. Molor was a tyrant who ruled Kronos in the time of Khaless the Unforgettable. He was so strong that no man could oppose him. Khaless joined with his true love, the Lady Lucara, to defend the city of Kam-Che from Molor's soldiers. The warriors of Kam-Che were afraid of the Feklir and fled, leaving Khaless and Lucara to face 500 Feklir alone. Khaless and Lucara fought for a day and a night, and a day again. The floor of the great hall of Kam-Che filled with an ocean of black blood and poisonous ichor. As the sun set on the second day, only Khaless and Lucara were standing. They had defeated the hordes and saved the city. Khaless knew he would need a mighty weapon to defeat Molor, so he left the protection of Kam-Che and to his lady love, and went into the mountains. There he forged the first bat'leth with this mighty sword. Khaless slew Molor and banished his spirit to Grethor. Molor rages and screams in his prison. He plots and plans for the day that he will rule the Empire again. Now he has sent his Feklir back to Kronos to create chaos and death. They are the heralds of Molor's return. If Molor retakes the Empire, he will rule for 1,000 years, and all that will be left of the Klingons is dust and bones. Well, now we have to go talk to Worf. One last time.
Greetings. How may I assist you? Fight with honor.
I don't need the tournament of... there's a battle brewing.
You speak of the Fakiri.
Oh, it's a Fakiri! Sorry! I totally knew I mispronounced it.
Fight with honor.
Tell me about the Sword of Khaless.
That is a task for the lore singers. Suffice it to say that it has power beyond that of a normal weapon. Not only can it rend flesh and bone, it can control hearts. To my regret, I found that I was not up to the task of being the sword's master. Fight with honor. This is a story that I am loath to share without reason. However, I know you to be honorable and a friend to the House of Martin. I do not believe you would ask without reason. I accompanied Daha Master Kor and Jadzia Dax on a search for the Sword of Khaless. Kor had uncovered information during his time as a diplomat to Vulcan that he believed would lead us to the sword's location. He was correct. We found the sword on a Herc world in the Gamma Quadrant. The sword brought the dark sides of our natures to the surface. We argued over who was to keep the blade. I might have even done the unthinkable and killed if Jadzia had not been there to stop me. Kor and I realized that the Sword of Khaless was too powerful for any man to wield. It had divided us. It would have divided the Klingon people as well. We agreed, for the good of the Empire, to transport the blade into deep space. If Emperor Khaless had not been successful, it would be there still. Fight with honor.
Tell me about the Emperor.
The Emperor has been troubled by the circumstances surrounding his return to Kronos. The Emperor is a clone, created by the clerics at Boroth in an attempt to unite our people. He has served as a moral guide and an inspiration to many over the years, but as time passed, he grew dissatisfied. He wanted to be more than a shadow of glories past, of victories won by another. Khaless sought a quest to prove himself. He convinced me of his sincerity, and in return, I reveal to him the last known location of the Sword of Khaless. Emperor Khaless left Kronos last year to search for the sword. In returning it to our people, he hopes to prove that he is the rightful heir to Khaless, the Unforgettable. Fight with honor.
Do you believe the Fakiri are the same enemies from our
The
past?
Fakiri share many characteristics with our ancient enemies. However, one of the things I learned during my time in Starfleet was that things are not always as they seem. It may be that the true enemy is hiding behind legends until they choose to reveal themselves. Fight with honor.
Okay, do you know where the Emperor
The Emperor
is?
contacted me recently. The course of his ship would put him in the Senex system now. Be wary. The Breen have overrun that system. Khaless is an inspiration to us all, but as a modern warrior, you may find that he needs assistance. However, if you seek the Sword of Khaless, you must find the Emperor.
Okay, that was awesome. We are going on a quest of legendary proportion, and I think that this is a good place to stop for this episode, and we will continue on again in the next episode. So thank you very much for joining me, and we look forward to seeing you again in the next episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to follow my WordPress, my Tumblr, and my Twitter, there are in the description. And please also take a look at my Federation side, Star Trek Online Let's Play as well. I'll leave a link to that playlist.